Hello. Well, it's the end of the year. Um, I had a very good year personally. I hope all of you had a good year. Um, 2024 was very good overall for me. I released a new book and wrote some more stuff and uh, talked about a lot of pretty cool stuff that I've watched over the year as well as rewatched. Um, and so, as I seem to do anymore, I wanted to try to just do one last kind of uh, uh, 4K Blu-ray, or Blu-ray update, whatever you want to call it. Um, about some of the stuff I've gotten since the last time I've got it. But now this might seem like a lot of stuff, but some of the things I've actually owned for quite some time. But I want to kind of talk about some of that stuff too. Um, so one is Deadpool and Wolverine. I talked about me. I've given my general thoughts on this film. Now that I have all three films, I'll probably at some point talk about all of them in a bit more detail. So I guess more spoilers. This one does not have a slipcover. Compared to my other ones, though, I have seen some custom slip covers that people have made. I know not everybody thinks you need a slip cover, and fair enough. I understand where they're coming from. You don't need one for stuff, but I guess for me, in terms of consistency, I like to have one. But I like to have one that isn't just like people just selling this kind of version. You know, not that this is a bad cover, but because it isn't. But you know, if you have the option of getting something that is more customary, and I have seen some like on Etsy, which you know are, are pretty good prices. Not overtly expensive. Um, though sometimes you do see people selling stuff like this, and not always in the best of conditions. Um, but yeah, I initially wanted to get the Wolverine Steelbook, but for a good while, once it was announced, it was still in theaters. Um, this was still in theaters, and that was announced. They had two Steelbooks, one with primarily Wolverine and one with Deadpool. I thought the Wolverine one looked cool. It was mostly yellow and some blue because of the suit. But for a good while, in terms of like any pre-orders or whatever, any possible link it could lend you, there was no real price listed. And if there was, it would kind of change here and there. So it was not really dependable. Then, of course, once it was out, you couldn't get the steelbooks anymore. And once they finally became back in stock, the prices are pretty ridiculous. Like $60 for the Wolverine steelbook, and then $50 for the Deadpool. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just get the normal one, thanks. This didn't have a slip cover, but I'm like, I can just probably find one that's custom and at an affordable price and get that. Though occasionally you can see people just selling the steel books individually. I guess that would be a good way to, get one, but still, it'd be kind of weird. You're selling the steel book itself, but not the discs. Obviously that's an option, obviously, but I've always found that to be kind of odd and weird. But I don't know. People will do what they do. They want to keep the discs, but hey, I have this, and you could probably pay maybe, obviously like less than what it would be generally afforded or something. So there you go. Um, But yeah, unfortunately, the steel books, once they were actually settled on a price, they were kind of fairly ridiculous for me, in my opinion. Some not so much because obviously they're selling fairly well, and apparently there's a. I've heard that part of the reason they're so steel books from especially Disney are so expensive is because Disney, I guess, are not making their physical media anymore, like Blu-rays and stuff. So for like, so if you see anything like from 20th Century Fox or Disney or whatever, Marvel, in terms of, and particularly in steelbook form, if they're more expensive, is because I guess they're having other companies help them make those steelbooks, um, and then I guess splitting the profits or something. I don't know because that makes sense. But I've also heard people say that's not what's going on. It's this, this, and this. But that's the one that I've heard quite a bit. So that might not be completely accurate, but also I guess considering Disney really wants to focus on streaming, in addition to like theatrical made films, and then primarily put them out on streaming, and then you know, yeah, you have bonus features here, gag reel, deleted scenes, and making of, and all this stuff, commentary, which are all on the Blu-ray, not on the 4K disc, but yeah, you have all that, and so typical stuff you'd find on a general Blu-ray release, but still, I guess the fact that they want to primarily focus on theatrically made films as well as shows, any movies for streaming, and then the theatrical made films will be on streaming, being the primary thing because they're on streaming before the Blu-ray and stuff comes out. But yeah, I know that's kind of a big long-winded thing here, but it's kind of annoying, when they have like the steel books, but then the price hasn't been set yet, and you're just like, you don't want to try to get something. Obviously, when you can't, there's no real price or one that keeps changing back and forth. You don't necessarily want to. Of course, if you can't really pre-order anything, there was no price. That kind of doesn't make sense. Unless I guess perhaps some places like, well, I'll let you know when this is, you know, up and there's a price and everything, so you can go and pre-order. But yeah, so that's Deadpool and Wolverine. Looks great at home, honestly. It's a very good release. So there's that. Now this next one, I'm going to show a few other things here, but there was another showing of The Room, as well as The Room and Big Shark, and Greg Sestero showed up again. And I made a community post where I showed he and I had a picture taken and also what I got, but I just want to show more in an actual video. But maybe I'll even show the picture here of me with him. But yeah, he returned to Des Moines after last year, and he speaking to him and how he was like, went across the country last year for the 20th anniversary of The Room, and like every year now they seem to go across country and various American states and just in cities just show The Room, and people go and enjoy it, and did that obviously for the 30th anniversary or 20th anniversary, not 30th. I'm 30. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time anymore, but regardless, 20th anniversary was last year. Came to Des Moines, he enjoyed it, and then this year, which I didn't get to see, but from what he said, it'll seems like it'll come back next year. But there's also a double feature of The Room and Big Shark, which is Tony Wiseau's newest film with Greg Sestero. But while there, I also was able to get uh, Miracle Valley, which he also signed. It's a little dark, but you can kind of, yeah, you know, you can kind of see it. But yeah, dude, Jared he breaks the stereo. So his life. But he, you know, he directed this film, and it's a pretty good film, honestly, for a very, I thought at least. But I also kind of like stuff like this, one of those, as it says on the back from a reviewer, Miracle Valley is poised to take its own spot in the pantheon of cult horror movies, and just a uh, very well done movie, in my opinion. Um, the guy who's in Best Friends, like the cowboy, he's in this. I'll probably talk about this at some other date, but yeah, overall, I enjoyed this. In terms of, like, a first impression. And aside from this, I got the picture book of Big Shark by Tommy Wiseau. Um, shot on location in New Orleans. So there you go. Shark data and everything. So this kind of gives the overall gist of the film, and also have my room ticket. But yeah, they had another showing at the next day on Sunday. But so it's good to know that they will have another screening of this. So when that happens next year, I will also be sure to be be more alerted, because the movie theater that I've gone to see this film, to the room, is one that's nearby, and it's one that closed because of the pandemic, then reopened last year, and so I was part of their email thing of let you know, like every so often, like usually like every month, like new movies are coming and everything, and whatever re-releases are coming out, and so I was able to know about The Room. So I got that also, in addition to the movie, and also he gave me this. Which is one of the original posters from The Room. Obviously, he signed it. Oh, hi, Jared. Which is how he signs the like books and everything. I'll put that there. And yeah, and there you go. There. So that was cool. Meeting him again was really nice. He's a very nice guy. If you ever have a chance and he comes to your town or near your town here in America, go see The Room, because it is absolutely worth it to watch with an audience. As fun as it may be, to watch it at home on your own with a few people. Watching it in a theater is just it is the best way to watch it. It's always fun, and people are throwing spoons, so that's something I don't believe will ever die. People will always throw spoons. I guess, it's like the modern day Rocky Horror Picture Show, where he can throw spoons and even footballs before the movie. I remember last year people were throwing the pigskin around, so that's neat, I guess you could say. Put that down there for a moment, because I don't want to talk about that film right after this one. But this is a film that I got when I got the steelbook of the Blu-ray, because it came with a DVD of it. So now I'm able to I got the Criterion version of Scarface, the Paul Muni film, directed by Howard Hawks. This is a very good film. Has Boris Karloff in it also, and this also has the alternate ending from the censored version of the film, and has new conversations with an author, Megan Abbott, and actor Bill Hader. New interviews with film star Leah Jacobs on director Howard Hawks' innovative use of sound and editing, and yeah, this is a very good film, and I really enjoyed this transfer personally. I didn't necessarily notice any issues or anything to complain about, so all good for me at least. But yeah. And one film that I got that is 30 years old, and I've talked about, so I think I said everything I needed to years ago, or 2 years ago, for the 20th anniversary of the first film of this director. But I got the 4K limited edition, 30th anniversary limited edition of Pulp Fiction. And get this out here. You see this here, and oh yeah, there's some cool stuff. You open this, and then obviously I don't want to potentially break it, or anything. But there you go. There's the Jackrabbit Slims thing with the trophy and the milkshake and the burger and the car and everything there. Yeah, Jackrabbit Slims. First advertised in Reservoir Dogs. And then, of course, there is this. Looks like black and white. And then just your typical black and blue discs from Paramount. Which is always nice. That's always a disappointment, I think, for some studios. They don't do anything much with the artwork. Granted, as long as all the stuff works on it, in a way, there's no reason to really complain. But still, it would be nice if some of these editions would at least have some sort of specific artwork, especially for like the limited edition. But one thing that's cool is, in addition to this here, this comes with some cool stuff here. Some cards. There's Uma Thurman, Bruce Willis, and Maria Hernandez, John Travolta, Christopher Walken, John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta and Bruce Willis, John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson again, but bloody now, and John Travolta and Uma Thurman dancing, and then back to that. So there's cool lobby cards. It says Palme d'Or Festival Cannes, film Quentin Tarantino. And also, there are stickers, which I will never take off, but yeah, Jack Rabbit Slims, Big Kahuna Burger, Ezekiel 2517, Big Jerry Cab Company, and yeah, there you go, the wallet that Jules has, which is Quentin Tarantino's actual wallet. And of course, because of the popularity of the film, you can now buy your own bad. I'd say the words, but sometimes YouTube aren't super happy with that. But then there's this cool thing with some various scenes and everything. Things are marked and circled and crossed out. One thing I really love about this Pulp Fiction set is, everything that was in the previous versions of the film, like all the extras, have been ported over. There we go. Yeah, all the extras have been ported over onto this, which is how it always should be. They should always take every extra they have and put that here. Now, Miramax, their stuff was, now it's with Paramount. They were able to get that. This was previously Lionsgate, but I guess Lionsgate was unable to keep the licensing. Don't know why, but yeah, everything that was on here is here. And there's also, if you have this, you have this cool big documentary it is like a documentary of sorts with all the various people who have worked with Quentin Tarantino over the years. And, has Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill, Death Proof, and Glorious Bastards. I think even, True Romance, because that was in here, but he didn't direct that, but I think that was in here or talked about too. But the whole Pulp Fiction section that was in here is actually in here, which is nice. So if you didn't get this, you're able to at least see the section of Pulp Fiction that was discussed. You have people like Tim Roth and John Travolta and others talk about the film, and they do a very good job. So basically all the stuff that was in here imported to here, which is good. Which obviously, if you've seen my previous videos discussing this other film, I have some disappointments with Reservoir Dogs' is release for Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray, because they have the deleted scenes here, which interestingly enough this did not have, but whatever. But this has a Pulp Factoids viewer where various little facts will pop up throughout the film. Playing Fast and Loose, a new documentary profiling Reservoir Dogs featurette, and that's it. And here, deleted scenes, Playing It Fast and Loose, and profiling Reservoir Dogs. That's really it. Meanwhile, the 10th anniversary and 15th anniversary DVDs, there's a lot of stuff A bunch of interviews with Quentin Tarantino, Lawrence Bender, Tim Roth, Chris Penn, Michael Madsen, Eddie Bunker, Kirk Boltz, tribute to Lawrence Tierney, Reservoir Dogs director tribute, Class of '92, looking at all the various films and filmmakers at the '92 Sundance Film Festival. Small Dogs action figure development documentary film, noir web, writers directors behind the legacy of the classic genre. Just talk about that. Select scene audio commentary with cast, crew, and critics. Capability interactive radio. Push the button to listen to some super sounds with surprising guests. Reservoir Dogs style guide. Securing the shot locations scouting with Billy Fox and other stuff. So there you go. The Blu-rays have none of that. Then the 15th anniversary, that has the Pulp Factoids viewer, which the Blu-ray has also, or stuff pops up for like trivia. Playing It Fast and Loose, that was made for that. But this has deleted scenes also. But then there's also profiling Reservoir Dogs, and Capability Sounds of the 70s, and some classic interviews with Quentin Tarantino and others. And so a lot of the stuff, many of the things that were on here did make it here with some new stuff. Live entertainment became artisan entertainment, which then Lionsgate purchased. So they basically have all the rights to all these interviews and cool stuff here and there that are on the DVDs. Yet the Blu-rays and the 4K Blu-ray does not have these, which obviously is very disappointing to me. Blu-rays and also by extension 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray discs can hold more memory and has more space than DVD. So basically, there's no reason why this one Blu-ray disc could not hold all those special features that were not included on here from the 10th and 15th anniversary. Especially if for whatever reason, all right, we're not going to import everything from the 10th anniversary. Okay, that might be like a sort of a little special thing for that particular release. What about all the special features on the DVD that are not here? There's why? I don't get that. Now, obviously, there's some pretty good picture quality improvements, I guess you could say, so that's nice. But and also this cool, of course, detail with Reservoir Dogs. With the cop's ear and everything. If you've seen the film, you understand, what happens there. But yeah, I will give them credit though for Lionsgate. They at least with Steelbooks, they do manage to make some pretty cool stuff with that. So there you go. It's there's a plus for Lionsgate, but they should definitely have all the special features from the previous releases. That's just I know Pulp Fiction is with Paramount now, and they've got the rights to all that. When Miramax went belly up, all the films and stuff from Miramax and Dimension Films got divided to different companies. But if Lionsgate owns the bought the library and all the stuff from the catalog of live entertainment, artists and films, whatever, they own it, they should be able to at least release all the other stuff for, proper 4K release. But that's me. That's my line of thinking. Perhaps I'm wrong. I don't know. Also, the disc art actually does look pretty good. I guess here, I mean, yeah, get the logo and everything, so nothing too special, but it's obviously this was before the days of just doing like discs with a black or blue label, but also even there you go. Look at that. That's better. You know, the guns are colored and the outlines of chalk of all the Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, there you go. I know I showed this before years ago when I got it, but I figured why not? That's fun. It looks cool. So I guess that's another point for Lionsgate, but still they definitely get points off for the special features. They should have more. And you can't convince me otherwise. Again, the space on a Blu-ray and a 4K UHD Blu-ray discs. You know, normal Blu-rays are able to hold like 5 times more memory than, you know, a DVD, and so, you know, a 4K Blu-ray should definitely hold more. All right, enough of Reservoir Dogs. And another steelbook. Kind of actually glad I didn't get this initially 4 years ago for the 20th anniversary. But here is Gladiator. I got the steelbook and gave my mom my old Blu-ray. And this has a little mini poster, which I will show. This is, we have it here on the back. It's a mini poster of obviously the original poster of Gladiator. I have not seen Gladiator 2. I've heard things from people, you know, some really like it and some are very mixed on it. I probably won't see it in the theater because there is a movie I want to see in the theater, which I will talk about soon. Because it is related to what another film I got. But yeah, what we do in life echoes in eternity. You know, that classic line from the film by Russell Crowe's Maximus. But yeah, the winner of 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Actor for Russell Crowe. And 3 discs. Special features on the 4K disc, and then, you know, some special features there also, but, you know, on the movie, but also that's like, you know, commentaries and such, where all the documentaries and behind the scenes stuff are on the second Blu-ray disc. But, you know, it is Paramount because, you know, it was like a 20th century Universal Pictures and DreamWorks, but Paramount has the rights to the film, film's home video stuff. I don't know exactly why, but whatever. So yeah, another, you know, not phenomenal looking Blu-ray disc art, but, you know, hey, all the special features are there, so that's good. Introductions by Russell Crowe or by Ridley Scott, and comment on the theatrical cut of the film. Ridley Scott, the editor and cinematographer, give commentary, while Russell Crowe and Ridley Scott give commentary on the extended edition. And And this I got actually brand new, and it wasn't at all hard, or wasn't all that expensive, so that's nice. This was originally at Walmart with the exclusive mini poster reproduction, so that's cool. Next year will be the 25th anniversary, so yeah. I wonder if they'll actually re-release this in theaters like they were going to 4 years ago, but a virus happened, and so theater shut down, and they were trying to reschedule things, but they never rescheduled this, nor the 25th anniversary of Braveheart for the big screen. So hopefully both next year for the 30th anniversary of Braveheart and the 25th anniversary of Gladiator, they'll show this. That would be great. And yeah. So obviously this film won Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Costume Design, Visual Effects, and Sound. I think the Joaquin Phoenix should have won Supporting Actor and Ridley Scott Director. Both did a great job. And so, there you go. Haven't seen the sequel yet, but, hey, hopefully I'll enjoy it. And then the one film I do hope to see is a remake of this film. It's in theaters, which is Nosferatu. I do have this on DVD. It is part of like a 50 horror movie pack, along with like the Phantom of the Opera and other stuff. I believe the original Little Shop of Horrors is part of that too, like various public domain films. So yeah, this I've wanted the Kino version of this for quite some time, and I finally got it. Yeah, disc one has English intertitles. Disc two has German intertitles with English subtitles as an option, and other, special features like the language of shadows and lengthy excerpt from other films by F.W. Murnau. So, yeah. Excellent film. Great looking, too. Yeah. Kino always does a very good job, though. So, yeah. I guess you could look at the discs. Nothing too special, but hey, it's, I guess, again, better than what Paramount does. Might be just white text or white background with the title, but that's fine. Sometimes it's good to keep it simple and try not to be super fancy. And of course, American Movie talked about this some weeks ago. Really love this film. Always enjoy watching this documentary. Very good. And the last thing I got is the 10th anniversary of Interstellar. And there are some other stuff here, but I wanted to at least show this. So there's Matthew McConaughey, and the back, there you go, the planet. And there is a note here from Christopher Nolan. 10 years passed in the blink of an eye. 10 years since we tried to look into the future. Since we tried to show that time and space could bend and warp in ways both logical and horrifically indifferent to our human needs. We peered into the vastness of space to explore the cruelty of time, but the joke was on us. Here on Earth, my kids grew up just as fast as they do for Cooper, perched at the edge of a distant black hole, where, as confounded about the mutability of time, of the crew of the Endurance, 10 years compressed into mere moments. But from within the blink of an eye, uh, other things unfurl. Kip wins a Nobel Prize for his pioneering work on detecting uh, gravity waves. First image of a black hole appears in front of the New York Times, and those of us who made Interstellar is the face of an old friend. New generations of film goers in uh, contact with the film in ways, uh, or connect with the film in ways we never foreseen. Paraphrase of another great McConaughey performance: "We go older, Interstellar stays the same age." And there it is there. And then there's the discs. I have to, with this one at least, you can get it out by bending it a little bit, though I don't want to do it too much. But here, I'll do this. So there's a Blu-ray disc, and then there's a special features Blu-ray disc. And of course, there's the 4K. I have to have it out that way so I can get it out fairly easily. And in here are various little posters. All the various posters that the film had. It's cool that they include this. I like how they do that, like with Paramount does it. Now this is also a Paramount release, and Paramount and I guess this is Paramount. The Warner Brothers did have a hand in it also, but Paramount actually did some good disc artwork. And there you go. This was like the first poster. This is another great poster. And then it's a really classic poster of Matthew McConaughey on his own. And then it has the storyboards, Miller's Planet. I don't want to show everything here. I mean, I want to show as much as I can, but yeah. I guess I'll show the disc art for Interstellar. That's the 4K disc. The Blu-ray disc of the movie. Like, the actual posters, but still, you know. And then the extras with new special features like a retrospective of 10 years later about, you know, all the special features from uh, the other release that I showcased like last week, when I talked about Interstellar along with American Sniper. Yeah, most of those special features are on there, on here. So yeah, I think all of them are, from what I can recall. Because when I got this, I watched obviously the movie and everything else. It's part of it. And put this back here. Oh, come on. Yeah, you can go in there. And on the back, this was on it. I'm gonna just keep these in here, but I guess if I wanted to, I could just put the patches on something else. Kind of have it like that as it was there, and then of course there is the backing, and also it actually has on the back Oscar-winning director Christopher Nolan, you know, for Oppenheimer, and of course, you know, it has Oscar winner Matthew McConaughey. Nolan won Best Picture and Director for Oppenheimer, and McConaughey won Best Actor for Dallas Buyers Club. So yeah, experienced 10 years of Interstellar with new exclusive collectibles, patch reproductions, never before seen storyboard sequence, 5 theatrical poster uh, reproductions, over 3 hours of new special features, including The Future Is Now, a look back at Interstellar. So yeah, these are all the movies and stuff that I've got, and obviously I didn't mention some old stuff that I've gotten that, you know, of course I was kind of I guess complaining about in terms of not getting you know, certain certain things in terms of special features with Reservoir Dogs. But you know, hey, Paramount, at least, you know, they released everything from the previous Blu-ray release and included a cool excerpt from that like 2.5 hour documentary or so about all the films of Quentin Tarantino, from Reservoir Dogs to Inglourious Bastards, which was, you know, at that point the most current film before, you know, Django Unchained came out, because it was like the 20 years of Quentin Tarantino, you know, his those movies that he had, which is kind of interesting, you know. Kill Bill is one, but you know, Reservoir Dogs, you know, True Romance, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill, Death Proof, and Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, technically, I guess it would be 7, but since it's Kill Bill is Volume 1 and 2, there you go. Just everything all on one, on 2 discs instead of 1. But it would be cool if they did ever one day release just a Kill Bill, just as one solid thing. You know, you could watch them as the Volume 1 and Volume 2, and then have an option of watching it, you know, back to back, with certain things perhaps like removed, and like the scene at the end of Volume 1 with Bill talking to the French woman. That was done later once it was decided they were going to cut the film in half. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, I enjoy all these films. And the experience of seeing The Room again and meeting Greg Sestero again was really cool. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got 8 stuff, 8 things this time around, which maybe perhaps in some cases less, like around my birthday, which then again get a lot of stuff for my birthday. Like you get yourself some stuff, and people get you some things, and all that good stuff. But yeah, just want to give one last update of the year for Blu-rays and stuff. Have you seen any of this stuff? Yes or no? Did you want to at all? But yeah, I will probably see Nosferatu in the theater, uh, the newest one from Robert Eggers. And I'll probably actually talk next October, about this film, this version, the silent version, and then the newest version. Um, so yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say. Hope you're all doing well. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your year, and I hope you've had a good 2024, if not great. And I hope 2025 will be just as good, if not better, than this year. This year was very good for me. Hopefully next year will be even better. So until next time, and I'll see you all next year. I don't know offhand when. Maybe 17th. I usually like to have like 1 week off for the new year, but yeah, we'll see. I hope again, just hope you're all good. Please take care. And yeah. See you next year again. I need to quit repeating myself now, but yeah. Bye.